going. Keep going.
Ears haven't heard. There'll never be a love like this for sure.
Name, so I'm not gonna mispronounce it, but I'm gonna say, hey, R. Renoker. Renoker 705.
All right.
All right, you guys. Welcome to Something to Talk About Monday. STTA. Hey, Louise. Thank you guys for joining us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on our YouTube page. So go to our YouTube page. Which one is it? Is it TNA or is it Something to Talk About? Or it's STTA?
It's on STTA.
So it's on STTA on YouTube. So go there and join us and check out our conversation. Check the chat now. See how you got to do it. All right. So Dr. Fite will join us probably sometime, maybe sometime later. Maybe.
You talking about that?
Well, let's see what it says. It says something to the left to tell me about. So I'll show it, I guess. You do it?
That. I got it.
Show it. Okay. So we should be able to see what we're talking, right?
Yeah.
You got to click on that thing.
You click on when something pop up, ain't nothing pop up.
No, but when it's called while I'm talking. Anyway, so hey, Ephraim, I just love you all on TikTok. Hey,
that?
What is it?
It's an overlay, so this way.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So hey, you guys. So it's Monday. I was saying Dr. Fite will join us later this evening, possibly. This evening, I know Briana's here. So the three of us were here. It's yeah.
I was on time today.
She was no. Let me clarify. She was early today. On time, yeah, but she was early today. So we shouldn't have any hiccups. But if we do, stick around. She'll work out the hiccups. Briana is our millennial person. She's also my technical person. Briana is that middle millennial. Dr. Fite is that older millennial. And some of you guys join us are younger millennials or you Gen X like I am. So here you go. Hey, Eddie Molina. Hey there. I love you guys on TikTok.
Older millennials, y'all raising crazy kids.
Okay, so she couldn't say Gen X. She said you older millennials. That means the ones like 40 and what? Or like what, 35 and up or 30 and up?
They got like about what they did about 15, 16 years.
Okay. And since we're talking about that, let's just jump on into our local segment over in Chicago. Let's talk about the older millennials and the children that you are raising and how they are out of order. They are out of control. They're out of control. What you got there? Is that them?
Yep. That is them running.
Yeah. So Briana has on the screen. We're talking about there you guys. If you guys watching, there you go. So Chicago changed
its
curfew
after another massive downtown teen takeover.
Okay. So
if I had a BB gun to shot one of them in the head.
That's why I said a BB gun. Yeah, but so here's the thing. Kids. People are like, okay, what is my kid gonna do on the weekend? All this other stuff. So you millennial, you older millennial adults, you all have allowed your children to run wild. Okay, and maybe not everywhere in the country, but in Chicago, your kids are down. They're loose without you. They are running wild. They're in the theaters or they're surrounding the theaters. You can't go in and out of the theater without there's a crowd. Because we were down there a couple weekends ago, and I was like, hey there, hey Donald Moore, I'm say hey. So you guys, we were down there, and I was like, what's going on over here? Briana said nothing. It's just the kids hanging out. I was like, what? It's like, hang out like 3 or 4. It's like a whole group. It's like a mob of them.
It's like a mob. But here's my thing. How do you not know when you're 13, 14, 15-year-old?
Hell, for that many 18-year-old.
You're 18-year-old. Let's just say you live on, let's just say 69.
Those who familiar with Chicago.
Right, you 69. How the hell you don't know your kid downtown? All the way downtown. I'm not talking about like Hyde Park area. I'm talking about all the way downtown Chicago.
So you have to lay it out for people. So those who understand 69, you talk about downtown Chicago. By train, how far is that? Because that's at least a 20. If you're going by car, that'll be at least a 20-minute drive.
It's 20 minutes and it's about 35 minutes if you take the rail.
If you take the elevator, so the L system.
Let's just go through the stops. If you're in Chicago and you're familiar with the red line, you know this. So let's just say 69, then you go to 63rd, Garfield, 47, Sock 35th, Cermak Chinatown, Roosevelt. I'm going through all this.
She's going through the whole stops on the L train in Chicago.
For everybody
We're going somewhere with this conversation, y'all. We're going somewhere.
Harrison, Jackson, Allen. Anyway, it's at least 20 stops before you get downtown. How do you not know your child is 20? They're going 20 stops away from your house. They're downtown.
True. And then they're down there. People can't even walk around on the sidewalks because they got the sidewalks blocked.
Right.
So you're trying to get through. Like Briana said, there's an AMC theater down, the beautiful theater, but there is a curfew, right? Or they can't go be in the theater without their parents at a certain age.
So AMC has always had this policy, but now they're enforcing a little more. So now after I think 5 p.m. or 7 p.m., if you're under the age of 18, you cannot be in the theater by yourself without parental supervision. And I will tell you about this. I used to work in a movie theater, and 9 times out of 10, what my fights would be with who? The parents, because you want to come drop your 13, 14-year off to a rated R movie, knowing that they need an ID. Now, you're 17, you got an ID, fine, have it, go in the theater, don't care. But when you don't have it there, then they would have to call their mom. And then the mom wants to come in there and argue with me. Well, why can't my child see the movie? I'm just going to leave them here. I say, here's what you can do. You can either pay for them to see another movie. You can go in the movie that they want to see with them. Or you can take you, and all y'all can get out. How about that?
And keep in mind, Briana was a teenager when she worked in the movie theater.
Not really.
You was you 19? Yeah. She was like 19.
19, 20. So, but
anyway, the issue is that, let me go back. Now, since I'm a Gen X, and I've made that abundantly clear. Hey there. Hey, Mike.
My whole thing is this the parenting issue.
Most certainly. This is millennial parenting issue.
And the thing about it is everybody in this day and age pretty much have an iPhone. Guess what iPhone have? Your kid can share their location. If your child is sharing your location with you, and all of a sudden one day they just turn it off, that's a problem. And if you turn off your location when you're always sharing it with me, now I'm calling you and I'm blowing up your phone. And you better answer, because I'm gonna leave every dirt. What the hell you do? You better bring your ass back to so-and-so address in this amount of time. If not, I'm calling the police. I'm gonna tell them to put you in jail.
Now, and keep in mind that being a Gen Xer, we always had the thing. You know what? You better don't let the street lights catch.
Oh, that means nothing. That they rolling the house at 8:30.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
At 13, you rolling in where at that time?
Man, by the time if we were out riding our bikes around the neighborhood or whatever, when the street light come on, you better be home. Don't let your parents have to get in the car and start circling the neighborhood looking for you, because your ass was gonna be in trouble. That's a given. So these kids are 20 and 30 miles away from home. You don't know what they're doing. There's no supervision. As a parent, how is that even peaceful for you? Because not knowing where my kid, and then when your kid get in trouble or something, God forbid, even worse happens to them, you're like, but they weren't supposed to be down there. Why the hell you don't know where your kid is? Why? And what you said, they have cell phones in this day and age. Gen X's, we didn't have cell phones till hell. What was the first cell phone we had? What, 1980? What, 88 or something? Okay, I don't remember that. 90s. Right, exactly. So how do you not understand when you just said where your kid is and know your kid downtown somewhere?
Let me help you out with something. This iPhone. Everybody not got that iPhone. Let me just help you out.
And I don't even have a damn iPhone, but I know better than that.
Let me just help you out.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, as a parent, and your kids are down and causing trouble, I'm sorry, even at age 15, 16, let me tell you what my weekend consisted of. On the weekends, my mother was like, that's clean house day. Even though our house is clean every day, but Saturday is when you did the scrubbing, you got all the laundry together in the house. The house was pretty, what we call back in the day, spick and span, pine saw, whatever you want to call it. Our house was clean. That was reserved for Saturdays. Then once we cleaned the house, then we would get out, because then my mom would have her Saturday errands or whatever. But we would go to, we have malls then. So we would go to the mall, or we would just go around town doing some shopping or whatever. My mother, my sister, and I was out with my mother. We were maybe shopping all day. My mom said, "Okay, let's go pick a restaurant. We're gonna have lunch. We're gonna have lunch." So we were actually going all day after the cleaning was done. So it was not a moment that we were saying, "Mom was saying, oh, I'm gonna leave you all home, and then I'll be back." And this just didn't happen. This just didn't happen. So I don't understand how people need. And I'm glad Briana is a millennial, but she's that middle millennial. She's like that 30 something. But you want, you got them 40, you 40 and whatever, and you have these kids just graduating high school, or you have these high school kids, and people say, well, things are different in this day and age. You damn right, they're more dangerous. Okay, you're right. You're right. They are that, yeah. So why are your kids allowed to go without supervision? That's just lazy ass parenting. That's all I'm gonna tell you all. Don't get pissed off at me and start saying some stuff. But that's lazy ass parenting. It really is. It's lazy ass. You know, my kid not gonna go to a movie theater and then I'm at home or going out on a date and I don't know what you're doing. No. Now when Briana became of age, or there was a time with you and your friend, what's the girl name? Veronica. Yeah, and if they said they would go to the mall, well, guess what? Briana will tell you, what did you do? Either myself or your dad would take them to the mall. We would go hang out. We would go and hang out, in the mall or do some shopping or whatever. Hey, Kevin Harris. Hey. So
talking something like
I said like people something say hi. So we would go to the mall and then you all go ahead in the mall, go ahead do some shopping, whatever so you want to. We're gonna be over here. And then maybe in another store or be at the food court, and at least come and check in on me within like an hour.
Right.
So I know what you're doing, or if you guys are ready to go or something like that. But to leave you unattended in a mall or to go to a movie theater, negatory. Huge negatory.
But that's the problem. They have
sorry ass parents.
But you have like her because they drop them off at the mall.
Exactly. They don't want them in the mall now. They don't want them in the mall.
Right. As far as I can't be in the mall. But this is my whole situation. How do you just not know where your kid is? I don't understand how you're just. Let me help y'all understand something. At my age, I'm not even gonna tell y'all my age because now you all gonna figure out her age. At my age, I still have to let my mom know. Oh, I'm going out with so I'll be home at this time.
And if she'll pass that time, what do I do? So where the hell you at?
Right. Yes. It's just checking in at my age.
Exactly.
I know. I'm just serious. I know somebody personally. She like in her mid-40s. She got 13-year-old. What? I work at somebody. I was at work. Her 13-year-old called her and told her, "Oh, I'm going to hang out with so-and-so downtown. I'll be home later." and she said, "Okay, talk to you later." I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, my daughter, she's going to hang out downtown, and she'll be home later." My first one, I said, "That's acceptable to you?" Now, mind you, she got about like 10, 12 years on me. I said, "That's acceptable to you?" First of all, it's a school night.
Okay.
Second of all, don't you have homework?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to murder. In third place, wait, what? You going where with who? But yeah, she was 13. All of 13.
But she didn't ask. She just let her know.
Yeah, she just let her know.
She was going. See, problem.
Now, had that been me, my response would have been, you better be at home when I get home. You better be at home before I get home. And if you know, I'm calling the police. I'm going to put you as a missing person. Because what's going to happen, you're going to be missing from my house. That's the problem. You're going to be missing from my house.
Exactly.
Because ain't no 13, and you tell me what you're going to do. You don't even ask. You just, I'm letting you know. Oh, hell.
But that's the parent. That's the millennial parent. So is that your kids dictate to you what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. It's like they have options. I didn't have options. My option was do what I said. My mother said, "I'm gonna beat your ass." That was the only option that we had.
Going to church now is an option. That wasn't the thing. It was get up, get your shoes, your dress, let's go, right, and be out the door. Now as I got older, okay, well I do, But as I got older, but as everything is an option. What?
Right.
But and then she looked at me like I was crazy because she's like, "What?" I said, "That's acceptable to you?"
Well, maybe you gave her food for thought. So maybe she was thinking about it all day. Like her reaction, because sometimes when you would give people a reaction if they weren't expecting, maybe they start thinking, "Well, maybe it is kind of messed up."
This right here,
it ain't messed up. This
right here was my whole face because she's like, "Oh, she's going downtown with friends." I said, "That's acceptable to you?" Like what?
A 13-year-old in this day and age, 13-year-olds now, they have the boobs, they have the body, they have, and you're going unattended downtown Chicago. Do Do you know how vast Chicago is?
And first of all, I watched the old man.
What the hell you mean Chicago? Where the hell is Chicago?
I would take the train. I watched them old men on the train looking at them 13-year-old girls.
Right.
They looking them up and down, this and that.
And you can imagine them on when they're on the L train, they flaunting around, they're all
they
loud.
flaunting around. They got I mean,
shaking their booty,
I mean, in this day and age, a 13-year-old got boobs as big as mine at their age. I'm like,
boobs, the ass, the whole 9 yards, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. So and Brandon Johnson is the mayor of Chicago.
Oh,
and so he came out and talked about, well, we need to find something for kids to do. You know what? Damn, that's not your job as a city official.
That's not
your job. You make sure the parents do their damn job. Right. And if they're not, then arrest the parents for your kids around the busting storefronts, going and snatching, grabbing stuff. That's your job.
I'm telling you.
You make a parent. This is what's wrong in America. Stop. Is that people are not accountable for what they do and what they say. Make the parent accountable for your kid's bad ass. I'm saying, if I got a call from the police about Briana, Briana would have said, just leave me here because my mother gonna kill me. That's what she would have said.
Just like
leave me because my mother's gonna kill me when she get to me. That's what she would have said. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna get a phone call from the police about my child. Never.
And see, this is the thing. This when you get a BB gun. Come tell you right now, if I see one, y'all can shoot your ass.
Because remember what was the other event we had back in the summer? We was trying to go pick up a damn pizza. We couldn't even get around because they just standing around. Was that Pride?
Now, they all went to Pride. They down there with their ass out.
Oh Lord.
Then they ran us around the apartment building.
Yeah.
So people ain't got I said, have been in that apartment building, I would have found some fireworks. And I would lift them bad boys up, throw them in the crowd. And they were like, y'all ain't shoot. See, the easiest way to get a crowd, I'm just saying, there's black people act like shooting going on. They're gonna be running.
But that's what I'm saying. So millennial parents don't get all offended. I'm just telling you all, how you all are raising your children in this day and age. They have too many liberties.
Right. The cops around the house. Disperse. They are dispersed.
Yeah.
I'm a dispersed.
Yeah. You can't get to a stoplight.
When
we say a mob, they all in the street. They hanging around people's restaurants. So much so that the restaurant owners, they locking their doors so they don't just come in and start loitering around. It's just something I was like, take their ass home. Go home.
Again, this was when I was younger. I think I was in my early 20s. Me and a friend, we were down in downtown Chicago, like the Gold Coast area, down there. You see coming, somebody that started the fight over at the beach. Everybody know North After Beach. They come running through the street. You see them pass you. Cops stop me. A friend like, okay, I see ID. I'm the problem showing my ID because I'm not with that nonsense. But 14, 15-year-olds, why don't you know? Again, my question. This is gonna be something for thought for everybody.
Stop.
Why don't you know where your children are? Because I'm telling you, bring it over. Child gonna be missing from my house. I'm gonna file a missing report, and they're like, "What? Why are you filing?" Because the child is missing from my house.
But you know what?
And when you find them,
some things are just generational. Because if you grew up really loosey goosey as a teen, then you're gonna raise your kids the exact same way. We were not. My mother did not allow my sisters and I to run rapid in the street. The most we could do was ride our bikes around the neighborhood. And still she's like, well, what, you are going to somebody's house, where you going? And then if we did say we were going to a friend's house, we were not allowed to go into a friend's house and sit and do none of that. You go sit on the porch, but you better not be up in anyone's house. That was a no-no. No, that's what I'm saying. You all are just too loose rules. People are like, well, what's going on with the kids? I don't blame the kids as much as the parents. It's your fault as a parent. It is your fault as a parent. For your kids to be running free and all loosey goosey, you're a sorry ass millennial parent. Don't get mad at me, but you're a sorry ass parent. Because I can't. I can't. My mother would not allow that. I did not allow that with Briana. No. So every weekend now they want to wreak havoc downtown by the theater. And what was the Friday night curse one of them out when they was in the street, and it was a stoplight, and they gyrated in front of the cars. We couldn't even get in. I said, get your ass out that street.
We don't have to go this far. This one sitting right here, she would leave a voicemail cursing me out. I've gotten on the South Shore train, and I'm in the tunnel. And my phone is not working. I come out, I got message. Where? Right here. Because for 5 minutes, she cannot hear me.
Because I understand there's some crazy, twisted people in the world. So, and I have to keep an eye on my child, regardless of how old you are. I need to know where you are and what you do. It really don't make any difference.
It was 5 minutes. Do y'all hear? 5 minutes.
Because here it is. Because
my daddy, when he was alive,
because
if I didn't
we have
answer the
established
phone,
a certain pattern.
or if I didn't answer the phone, I was asleep. I call him back. Hey, Dad, what's up? Where the hell you at? Why you answering the phone?
I guess you could call us, say she a helicopter parent, but I don't mean to be. I just get worried because hey, Dr. Fite, we can't hear you, Dr. Fite.
What you mean you can't hear me?
Oh, now I can. There you go. Now I can. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in
That's
the
why you
broadcast.
just joined the
I didn't think I
conversation.
was in here.
We're talking
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Of course, y'all talking about
Did you?
sorry parents. Listen, I was
I'm
at
not,
the outlet mall last week. I was taking some sneakers back that I ordered online. Uh and um yeah, I had a return to the Nike outlet. And when I went to the outlet mall near my house, there was this uh there was this beige woman who who had her son on a leash. He had
huh?
his hand with with this Velcro with a leash to
I like her.
her hand
I
on
like
that.
her.
First of all, I
I
don't
like her.
like her. And I'm gonna
I
tell you
like
why.
her.
I'm gonna tell you why. In all my years of parenting, I've been a parent for 26 years of my life.
Uh-huh.
My son is 26 years old. I've been a parent for 26 years. I ain't never had to put no leash on none of my kids. Never. Never. Because all it takes is for one.
Dr. Fite, we like he must go through the area. But you know what? That see when Briana was real smart. They used to have those. They used to have and they the leash. Did I have to put one on you?
No, because
No,
I'm
I
not
don't think.
crazy enough.
Yeah, well, right. Okay, so that's
That,
about to put
the
right.
problem is that's what you can't control your kids. That
Well,
was
hell, that's the way to control them. If you got to figure out a way to
Hey,
control a little bus, then
look,
that's a good way to do
look,
it.
I don't have that issue because this one right here, he is free. You all can see him. He tried to dart. I say, I get it, but he be you can cry you, but you can cry, but you ain't gonna be hit by no car.
Oh.
And so that his thing now is when we get out the car, he's like, Mommy, I'm gonna stand right here so I don't get hit, yo. Just stand right there, don't move.
But see, I always have to hold his hand because as I know little kids will, they will take off and run,
Right.
you know, because they think sometimes you're still playing with it, you're still playing. They don't really understand the concept of, the danger right now. As they get older, they will. So I do recall the whole leash thing. Yeah, and I'm not mad at the mother. I'm not mad at her. And who knows, if she said this is the only way I can control my child, then my hat off to you. Now I am not
No,
even mad
that
at
ain't the only way you can control your child.
her.
You
Dr.
need to
Fite,
come
what
to
you
fight parenting classes. I promise you, there's another way where the leashes are not involved. Now it may be leather, but it ain't no leash. Say that right now.
Dr. Fite, I agree with you. It can be leather. I agree with you 100%. But still, like when you're out, you really don't want to really, like beat the kid, in front of the people. So the best thing
Who
we
don't?
can do, we're attached. We're gonna be attached.
Who don't? Who
Well,
don't beat their kids in front of? I beat kids everywhere, and I wait. Listen, I'm saying this publicly because look,
I
I
did
want
too.
you to know. You call whoever you want to call. They can come over to my house. They come pick me up. I'll be out in 10 minutes. And don't worry, I'll be out. I ain't gonna be there long. I go to the judge and I tell the judge, I'm saving you money
Yep. Yep.
because you ain't got to pay no tax dollars, no one's tax dollars
Right.
to put them up somewhere to do something.
Uh-huh.
They at home at night when they supposed to be.
Yep.
My 26-year-old son is a productive member to society. He
Yep.
pay his taxes. He go to work. He got a respectable job. He pay all his bills. He is a respectable young man. You want to know who I give credit to? Number one, I give credit to Almighty God that he turned out that way. Number two, I give credit to the mere fact that I listen to the Bible. The Bible say, spare the rod, spoil the child. That's right. That means if you don't whoop their butt, they end up spoiled. Whoop their butt. That's what the Bible tells us to do. Now, if you figured out another way to raise your kids, I ain't putting no leash on my child ain't a dog. It ain't an animal.
Doctor, we don't want to call it a leash. What is maybe it's a safety.
No,
maybe because
It ain't no safety. That's a leash. They got the dog
okay,
on the leash, the child on the leash.
let me go here. It really is a leash because now they even make them now with the harness where you put the child in the harness and you walking them around. And you know you do
I
the
haven't
same.
seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
It's too much.
I was out and I'm like, is the child in a harness? I'm talking about like full harness. Like when they got to unzip the child out the harness to like.
Yeah, that means the kid has zero discipline at home, and so when they go out in public, they just run wild. They completely wild.
Now let's go here. Now, who do you see that got the child on the leash?
Well, it's usually the Caucasian people.
Exactly.
Beige people.
Yeah. Okay. The beige people. Okay. Fight the beige people. Okay. Yeah. Because here's the thing. My mother had perfected the art of the look. So when your mother look at you and give you a certain look, you better jump your tail in order quickly. Because if I look at you again, then I'm gonna touch you. So that was like, we're not even doing that. So, there was like,
My mom.
you don't want my mother to put her hands on you? No, my mother. That lady hands is heavy as a man hand. No, thank you.
Look, wonderfully enough, my grandma never put her hands on me.
You lucky child.
But she did curse out one of her grandkids. I said, ooh. And I was of the age of what? 24, 25.
Yeah, the kids be mistaken when they say, "Oh, grandma's be all sweet and nice." Grandma was like, "Oop!" I said, "That's my mother.
Yeah,
that's the one I grew up with. That one right there. That's her."
Yeah, I heard was, "You better shut it."
I said, "That's my mama."
I said, "Come on, Grandma." I said, "Grandma has it. Let's go. Move along."
Yeah, I said, the grandparents be real sweet. Don't make us go off on you.
You know.
But anyway, so to the parents that then your kids run wild in Chicago, kick them little monsters at home. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna curse you out. If I'm out and you bumping into me, you doing something, I'm going to curse you out. And you better hope I don't put my hands on you, but I'm gonna get you.
I'm sorry when
just get out of my way.
I'm sorry when your 13-year-old call you and say, "Oh, I'm going downtown. I'll see you later." Huh?
And please, she's a neglectful parent. She's a neglectful parent. So
neglectful.
Your 13-year-old should. You know what? School home. And if you're not home when I get home and I'm working and I get off later, and you're not home, I better know why I beat you home. I better know why you're not here.
It better be,
they have no accountability whatsoever.
It better be the bus was delayed, the train was delayed.
Or I had basketball practice, football practice. I had something.
We had the club meeting us.
Right, and I know because your schedule is on the refrigerator. So I know why you're not home at a certain time.
But
otherwise we have a problem.
But I'm going downtown. I'll be home later.
Downtown.
That's acceptable on a school night.
Okay. Anyway, so good luck with that. Good luck, Mayor Johnson, because you and find the kids something to do. Find my ass. Find yourself home. Find some homework. Find some books. Find something to read. And then I got you a gaming system. What else you want?
Yeah, we gonna hear. They need a safe space. They don't need no safe space.
Yes, I do. My house is your safe space.
And my foot.
There you go.
Coming, where. That's your
safe space. All right, there y'all go. Okay, go get to our next story, Dr. Leah. Because these kids out of order talking about running around here, terrorizing people. People can't even go to a movie because you got to walk outside the door and a mom. Get the hell out of the way.
I'll get a BB gun. I'm gonna shoot somebody.
Get the hell out of my way.
I'm gonna shoot somebody in the you know what.
And also over the weekend, we had the hands-off rallies that were all over the United States. And it was people, we got a video. I mean, from Chicago was running over. DC was running over.
I have pictures.
Okay, there we go. So it was, what's that? That's Chicago?
No, I think that's DC. No, that might be Indiana.
No, that might be, I think it's Indianapolis. Because I know Chicago, you had hundreds of thousands, millions of people that were the hands-off rallies all over the country. I think I think that's Idaho, I think. I think so, yeah. Just all over. So it is a ground roots. I said, so I figured by the time summer gets in full bloom, it's gonna be full of chaos. Not the rest of the chaos, but a bunch of people saying they want Trump gone. I mean, I want him gone now. Hell, I didn't want him in the first place. So I want him gone anyway. So to everybody that was out, it wasn't just white people, because all you all have been on in internet saying, black folks need to stay at home, don't be in the street, mind your business. It was plenty of black folk out there. I tried to get out there, but by the time I got, it was a little too late. Church was blocked off, doing whatever. So but good. I'm gonna always support you. I'm gonna always support you. They were in North Carolina. They were rallying. They're all over. That's right. Did you happen to run into one of those rallies over the weekend?
Negatory.
He told me he's a negatory. Well, they were marching in North Carolina too, right? Though weren't they protesting? I don't know if Dr. Fite heard me. So anyway, they are protesting because of these horrific tariffs that are making people 401ks go bust. The stock markets have been going crazy. And what did he? And this is not disrespectful. That less than me. That less than. I used to say he was mediocre, but he's not even mediocre. He's less than. He's a poor business. Always have been. But what did he tell the people today, Briana? What did he say? Tell them to stop being stupid.
To stop being weak and stupid about the tariffs.
Yeah, stop being weak and stupid. This comes from this comes from one new message. Who said something? Who said I missed it, Briana?
Well,
I had one new message. I said I don't know what it said. I have no idea. So anyway, this is what I've said for 2025. My word is stupid, and I think, and I know it's not a good word because I've always taught my students not to use that word. This is a derogatory word. But then with Donald Trump, that's all I understand. That's all I understand. It's capital S, capital T, capital U, capital P, capital I, capital D. Stupid. So anybody who comes on my page and they talking to me about says something about Trump, I said you're stupid, and I leave it at that because I refuse to. There's no point in arguing with people who are trying to defend Donald Trump because Donald Trump himself is a stupid moron. Okay, stupid idiot moron, whatever you want to call it. The man is stupid. Okay, and anybody think that he's not, that's why I call you equally as stupid. Okay, so I refuse to argue with you because then that make me stupid. And I'm a lot of things, but stupid is not one of them. All right, Briana, Dr. Fite, any question, anything on there? Dr. Fite, where Dr. Fite go? He gone again.
Yeah, he was sending me something.
Oh, he was sending you something. Okay, so
I was sending Briana something. I was sending Briana something from a clarity and chaos.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll get you in a hot second. So I was talking about the stupid thing. So there we go.
Yeah, I heard you calling folk that talk about Donald Trump on your page stupid.
Yeah, I did. If you follow my page, you'll see. Because anytime somebody comment to me about it, I say stupid. That's all I
Well,
can say. I can't.
so
And it's not a nice word, but I'm not trying to be nice. I mean
so
it.
in
That's what.
this season of Lent, I've been trying to fast and stay off of social media as much as I can.
Okay. Well, okay.
So
You make up for it after Lent, and then what's my,
yeah, I've been
you know.
trying. I'll try to see what you got cooking after. I
Okay,
got
cause
I got this week and next week. Once I get through next week, I'm back to social media and Hulu and Netflix and chill.
oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
I've been doing my chilling, but the Netflix part, I ain't.
Yeah, you are come on TikTok. So I have not. That's something I can't do because it irritates me too much to not respond to when people try to defend Donald Trump. All I can say is that's my word. That's my six-letter word for the year. That's my six. You just.
I somebody had was saying that the economy is as bad as it is because of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And so this is the thing I try to explain to people. In politics, it's always hard to figure out who gets the credit and who gets the blame.
Uh-huh.
And typically what political parties do is for all of the good stuff, they take the credit for. And for all the bad stuff, they put off to the people who they follow. And the thing is, in some cases, both can be true. So when President Obama signed the Jobs Act and Trump took office after and said, we have created more jobs than anybody. Well, Obama signed the Jobs Act that opened up the jobs. So you necessarily don't get the credit for the act that somebody else signed. What Trump and his followers have failed to do with the collapse of the economy is point to a policy that Biden signed in place to be able to get us here.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you can point to is the tariffs that he continued to put on all these other countries. This man put a tariff on China. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to me right now, I just want you to do a little quick exercise. I did it yesterday. I want you to do it today. I just want you to walk through your house and just look at certain things and see where they're from.
Mm.
And everything that's from China has just went up that's in your house. So just imagine if a fire came by your house, you can't replace that at the same cost because of what it cost when you first got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to blame inflation, but truthfully, you got to blame this idea known as a tariff. Because business, if you're in business, the whole purpose of being in business is this idea called profit margin.
Right.
In order to gain a profit, you have to charge your costs off to the customer
Right.
in order to make a profit. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say I sell sneakers. Let's say those sneakers cost me $1.25 to make, right? Let's say shipping and boxing and everything is another $4. That's $5.25 to package that shoe. Then now I gotta ship it. Let's say it's another $30 to ship the shoe all across the globe. We're now at $35.25. Then let's say the country that I'm shipping that shoe to charges me an import tax, which is nothing but a tariff, of let's say a market rate of $50, right? That shoe now, in order to get it to the shelf, is I said 35, $85.
We lost Dr. Fite. So basically, what Dr. Fite is talking about the tariff. So what that means is that when we look at a particular item, the original price is going to pretty much double. Not pretty much, it was going to double what it started out being. So let's say if I'm buying something for like 12.9, let's just go here.
I
Okay,
was
so
only talking about it being $80. Huh? Did y'all not hear me?
no, I hear you now. We lost you for a second.
Oh, you lost me. Oh, my bad. I don't know why. I did switch over to my car Wi-Fi in order. That may have happened during the Wi-Fi switch. All right, but anyway, I was at $85 coming in. Now, in order to have my operations and my overhead, a shoe that only cost me $1 and some change to make, in order to get it to you, is
Uh-huh.
now up to 80 something dollars. So
Yep.
now when I charge you $200 for those shoes,
Yep.
you like, why shoes cost so much? It's called profit margin. And
Yep.
in order for those, and then if you go up on those tariffs, then I go up on the sticker price. They go from 200 to
Yep.
225, from
Yep.
225 to 250,
Yep.
from 250 to 300. And you like, man, these same shoes 10 years ago was only $200. Now they $300. Yeah, that's because the tariffs.
Think about when you go looking for a new car and it has the original the price sticker, right? You have the suggested the retailer price. Then you have the suggested price. So you're looking at look at all of the tax and everything they've already charged on there from the original cost of the car. Now I can't even imagine what that's going to look like as I get ready to go look for what's my car, the Polar. I
Polestar.
can't remember know what that's gonna look like. I don't know if I'm probably gonna be made.
Did you say polar?
I mean, the Polestar. Yeah, I said the
Polestar.
Polar. I nickname I
Oh,
turn everything. My Polestar. So
who make
you
that?
can, huh?
Who make that?
That's just their own vehicle, right? I don't. It's not like
Oh,
a Chevy
not
or
like a
what's called. This is
Nissan
just
or
their own.
something.
It's a Polestar. It's
So
a
where is that made at though?
Well,
They say North Carolina.
that's what I'm saying down there with you. So they say
I ain't never seen no Polestar coming down here.
that's what they said.
They
So
must
parts
have
from
made
North
that in
Carolina.
KKK land. Well, we don't go over there. We don't go to
Well,
them
that's what they.
areas.
Well, that's what they say. So hopefully, I don't have to pay any, import export charges. But that's what they say. So I'm
Well,
just
you ain't got to
interested,
pay none if it's made right here in America.
right? But maybe some of the parts though have been imported. So even if it's a part they put on the car, you're still gonna get that tariff on that part, whatever it is.
Well, I want you know, hell, you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, so just cover your ears.
Oh God.
And let me and Brianna have this conversation.
Okay.
Listen, I want
I'm
Trump.
putting it on my ears, y'all. Dr. Fite talk.
I want Trump to stay in office for a while.
Oh Lord,
I-
why?
Trump good for the church. Listen, Trump, these people coming back to get saved for real. Like they want to know Jesus now that they got Trump in office. And church been packed for like the last month, 2 months now. I mean, it's been jam packed. I'm telling you. And I've had many people tell me I just came back to church because what's going on in our country, we need Jesus to fix it. And they come into church. Listen, Trump driving people to the Lord.
And you know what? And I'm back now. And you know what? That's what God said was gonna happen.
That's a good place
That's
Hey,
a good place for you. Exactly.
hey, let them stay in there for about maybe 5, 6 more years. I can get this new land, build this new building, and all that. I can do a lot. All these people coming to church. Boy, I done made budget like 8 Sundays in a row. Let me tell you something. God been good to us. Now, some people want to say, "Oh, fight is because you're doing good work down there at the church." No, I think it's coupled with Donald Trump. He helping bring these people back to Jesus.
Well, you know what?
Matter of fact, I need to talk to Trump. Trump people, y'all call. I give you some talking points. I'm gonna give you some talking points to drive even more people back to church. I'm gonna
No, no,
give you
no,
some
no, no, no,
talking
no,
points.
no, 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 no,
Get
no, no,
rid of
no,
Social
no, no,
Security,
no,
cut
don't let these devils.
educational grants. I give you
Don't,
some talking points.
don't let
You
them
ain't
devils.
necessarily got to do these things. I just need you to say these in your press conference so that we'll be able to see more and more folk coming to church. I'm telling you,
Well,
you
you know
would
what?
think it's Easter Sunday this past week in church. It was all hip of people up in here.
Well, let's see if we're gonna have some seats. Let's seats for everybody get to church on Easter Sunday kind of early, so we can find us a seat.
better go to Sunday school. Just sit there.
I'm telling you, if you don't come to Sunday school, they still here. You ain't got no seat. You ain't got no, I had a family of four came in there talking about we couldn't even sit together Sunday. We had two over here and two over there. I'm like, well, hey, you got
Look,
to get
look,
here early to sit in the
not,
back.
here's the thing: when the church is running over in the sanctuary, I know Dr. Fight like y'all got me a second wind. I got to get down now. You got more people in there. You know that they said amen. They clapping. They
Man,
doing
I'm
a
just
whole lot.
saying,
So they doing a whole lot.
they shouting and dancing and running. I ain't even preach yet. I'm talking about, I want y'all to have that same energy when I get up here and get my little Easter speech. And don't be playing these games.
Dr. Fight, leave me alone. All right. All right.
Man, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You
Look,
want to finish
Trump
up?
good for the church. We need to recognize if I had Trump about another term, let's
Yeah.
just give him another term. I
Don't
have
wait. Don't put that out.
Yeah.
D
Don't put
three,
that out there. I said
D
no. 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 No.
D3. Come on, I need one more term. I can't do
No.
all
No.
I
No.
got to
No.
do in three
Well,
years with this. I got 14 acres of land next door I got to buy. And
here's what
this
you
right
can
now, the
do.
way we trending, I can buy it in about two
Here's what you
years.
can do. You better
Huh?
get all you can by the end before the end of summer, because by the summertime it's gonna be everything that he does is gonna be in full. It's gonna be erupted. But I predict that. I'm saying that.
No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
saying that.
Listen, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
Mm-mm.
Lord, it's got to get worse before it get
Please
better. Ain't that what
stop.
Barack said?
And
Barack said, Barack Obama, my forever president said it's gonna get
and
worse
guess what?
before it get better.
And
Listen,
it
let's
started off.
accept the fact.
It didn't even get a chance to get bad. It just it no or just it just went. No, it got bad. It's going to worse already. So I can't even imagine by the summertime it's gonna be off the charts. I'm telling you all. But by summer it's gonna be
Hey,
off the
listen,
charts
listen,
around here.
listen. Come on now, let's not be selfish. Let's not be selfish. Let's think about everybody. Now, let's think about everybody. We need this
Selfish.
land next door
I'm
to the
not even
church,
listening to you
okay?
being
I
selfish.
need that land, and I
Stop it.
need it developed. I need it developed.
Now
So,
you being
huh?
selfish. Stop it.
I ain't being selfish. No, you being selfish. Talking about by the summer, we may get rich, gonna be blown
Yeah.
off. No, 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 no. Let's think about everybody. I ain't the only one. There's a lot of pastors who've been talking about the influx of of churches and attendance and stuff. Look, all I'm saying is let us win in this season. Let us win in this season. Look. I need to get this money. The way we going right now, I can buy this land in about a year and a half, maybe two. and then I can develop the land in another 2 to 3 years, and then after that, he know. You know what I'm saying? Once I get what we need as a community, see, I'm thinking about everybody. Cause it's gonna benefit everybody if we get this land. It's gonna benefit everybody. I ain't
Yeah.
thinking about myself. I'm thinking about everybody. And then at that point, you know, I can retire.
He gonna be him a compound, don't he?
I'm not even talking here anymore. And so it's not. I got other videos.
What you mean
We
you
got
ain't
some
talking to
videos
me
coming
anymore?
up,
What? That's
but
Dr.
rude.
Fite.
it's Dr. Fite segment right now. Dr. Fite, since he's talking, he's got clarity in the chaos on the couch with Dr. Fite is up now. I have to see. I can never figure out what the clarity in his things are. So maybe today, maybe.
That's a lie. She told me last week on one of the videos that there was some clarity there. I appreciate that, Dr. Fight. Now she want to act all brand new. Talking about I can't never find the clarity. That's because y'all be sending me the craziest stuff. There ain't no clarity in this foolishness.
He was tell other people send him something. I don't send him anything. Oh God. He go.
Well, the people the people
What
send
is
me
this?
this
Oh,
foolery. And but it's all good. This one today is not as foolish. It's not as foolish. It's Bubba Dub and Shannon
Bubba Dub.
Sharp.
Who is Bubba Dub?
Don't worry, he a
Oh, okay.
comedian.
See,
Don't
I
worry
don't
about
know.
all that. Briana she gon' set it up. I'm gonna set the video up while she
Okay.
getting it together. Listen, the question today is how much is a good date and what you're spending on it? Oh, y'all got it up there. There you go. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let's just say the meal costs 200, 225. I go ahead and make it easy, give them the rest of it, give them the rest of it in a tip, and then I get a valet $40, $50 for the car. So I'm out 350.
Are you expecting something after you spend that?
Most of the time they take Uber. So they going their way, I'm going mine. I ain't in no situation.
Shit, come here. You right here. All that I ain't got no baby sugar. If you ain't got no baby sugar, you can't come to eat. I'm not getting that understood right now.
Uh-uh.
All that. Oh, my mama texted me something wrong with my son. Let him die.
Oh,
Come be with me. Let him die. I got to get this in, huh?
Come on, dog.
Wow.
oh wow. Okay, so first of all, what I have is way more valuable than $350.
Okay, first of all, the mere fact that you're putting a price on what you have is a little bit prostitutish, but I'm gonna let you have it for now. Okay, you know.
Wait. I didn't put a
I
wait.
mean,
I
the
didn't put
mere
a
fact
I
is you
didn't
saying
put
what
you to
I
the price.
got is more than
No,
three
but you
hundred,
went there
like
and you said what you got is worth more than
Well,
$300. It is. Yeah, it's valuable. It's worth way
you
more than
said you said it's
$150.
price list. They just left it at that.
Okay, well, I was gonna say I didn't put a price on it, but I'm just saying it's way the figure's way the hell up there. It's off the charts. Let's just say that it's off the charts. Okay.
so wait a minute. So there is an amount that he can pay that
No,
he will
it's
get
really
lucky.
not. I'm gonna be honest, it's really not.
All right then,
It's
then
Okay,
don't make the
priceless. That's
statement.
what I
okay,
said.
it's prices, but I'm just saying, but the fact that the comedian said you better take him out at $350. I'm getting me some, dude. That's probably why you don't have no woman. Never get a woman.
Okay, first of all, you're too far into the video. Let's rewind. The question is, how much you spending on a good date? And
She's
Shannon
Shannon
Sharp is
Sharp,
like, the bill, the bill is
right?
probably be about 200, tip
Yeah.
about 250, and then I'll tip the valet. Maybe we get some drinks, that's another 50,
Uh
so
huh.
we not 300. And then, I tip the valet 40, $50, that's about 350. That's my night. And the question that Dub asked him was, you plan on getting you some? Now, herein lies the first
Oh
problem
no.
for me of the video. Shannon says, well, they typically take an Uber. Hold on. I'm a father of a daughter, and if you taking my daughter out on a date and she got to get in an Uber to come see you on a date, I got a problem
Yeah,
with that.
but you know what? But for
I got a
safety
front of
reasons, though, Dr. Fite, for
maybe I'm
safety
old
reasons, now
school.
maybe the female she does not want the person to know where
Safety
she lives.
reason.
So I'm gonna give him a pass on that one. I'm gonna give him okay, good.
Safety reason. Look, my daughter ain't taking no Uber to come see you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ain't taking no Uber. First of all, okay, I get you on the safety reason. Maybe we meet
Correct.
somewhere
Right.
publicly, right? Maybe we meet at the mall, at the parking lot, or a gas station that's open 24
Yep.
hours or something that's well lit,
Yep.
or something like that. I can leave my car there. I can go with you. I'll give you that. But a Uber ain't never acceptable in any scenario. If my daughter leave my house talking about I'm catching this Uber to go see somebody that I just met, what? First of all, that ain't safe. That ain't safe. Because what if he leave? Now you got to wait in an unknown place until the Uber come
But
pick you
I would
back
think
up.
that if you're getting an Uber, I would think that the person that you're out with, I would think that they would wait until your Uber arrived, helped you into the Uber, and then went on their merry way. That's what I would think that you would do. That would be my thought.
I'm not. My daughter ain't getting in no Uber. I'm sorry. There is no scenario where Uber
Well, you
sounds
know,
good to
you
me.
look. I'm gonna be like
I'm
this.
sorry. You telling me if Briana came to you and said, "Yeah, I'm going out. I'm getting ready. The Uber gonna be here in 10 minutes."
If it's
That's
an
gonna
Uber
be
Black,
okay.
probably.
Who
But
paying for that
the
though?
part he should be paying for that. So if he said,
Well, that ain't gonna sound like
but
what Sean
you
said
asked
when
me
he
a
was
question
listing
and I'm
down the
answering the
things that
question.
was covered in the meal.
And I'm telling you, I said if he said, you know what, I know you may not be comfortable, so how about I send an Uber? I send an Uber for you, or I send a limo or something for you. Oh, okay. And that same, I'll pay for one to take you back home. I'm gonna have respect for you because right then and there, even if you're taking me out and you spending maybe like $300 or $400 on the meal, you automatically telling me right then and there that you're not expecting me to give anything up. So I can appreciate that. I can respect that. Yeah.
Now, what if that car service is going to your house or going to his house at the end of the night?
What you talking about? Wait, explain that. What you mean? Well, I think where Dr. Fite go? Dr. Fite. Okay. So I think he's saying that at the end of the day that the Uber, that same Uber is going to take you to the person's house. You know what? I disagree with that. You know what?
Oh,
Okay, you
oh,
back? Huh, I'm here.
what happened?
What happened? What happened? Brianna, would you feel safe going meet a dinner somebody out? If they send an Uber to you, would you feel comfortable about getting in an Uber and going to meet that person?
Yeah, if they send me an Uber Black.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Now you send me an Uber and they come up in a hoopty, we're gonna have a conversation.
Right.
But if you're Shannon Sharp,
Yep.
I'm expecting an Uber Black.
Yep. And you expecting you probably gonna go to a nice restaurant because
Right.
it is Shannon Sharp. You expecting all that. And so
No.
you just to me you don't go out on a date and expecting to get some. You tacky and you're tired. No,
Get nasty.
you're nasty. Exactly, really, you're nasty.
Cause I said this, I ain't giving you nothing on the first date.
Right, exactly. And why would you expect something? Because you buy me a meal?
Because
you
you
expect me to give something?
Cause you're like, well, I'm buying you a $300 dinner. So then I get a little something. Yeah, so I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth.
Right. And if we even have that kind of conversation, you never to see me again. That never. It's a wrap. We're not talking. Just pay for my Uber. And if you know what, you're so tired, I'll pay for my own damn Uber back home. I don't need you to pay for nothing at that point. Don't come at me like that. About I paid for a meal. We had a nice meal, and I'm expecting something. You're not the person for me. You're just not. You just no class as person. Yikes. Okay. Hey, whoever joined me. Hey there. I love you all over. Y'all so sway. Y'all so sway. Okay, Brianna. Uh-oh. No. Who was this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Really, maybe she got Dr. Fite back. So it's just to me, this is etiquette. This is class. Just gosh. And I would prefer like when you going out, he back. when you go out, I would prefer in this day and age. Yeah, it might be a little safer to get in an Uber. It might be a little safer to get in an Uber, especially for a first date. It might be a little safer because now people crazy this day and age. I don't know what you might do to me. I have no idea. That's right. Did you have another video, Briana?
I'm not feeling, I'm just thinking about my daughter. I would rather her drive and her car get valeted and he take the Uber than having my daughter out here without reliable transportation. Like if something pop off,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying? Like say they out somewhere and somebody starts shooting or something. How
Yeah,
I know where's she going? Where's she going?
but
She don't know
you know what?
you. You might be a scaredy cat. You may go get in your car and go on and talk about. I'm gonna call. I'm calling her to see where she at. No, no. I would rather my daughter meet you wherever they supposed to be meeting you, and her car get valeted, so she have access to transportation. Some pop off, she need to leave. She can leave right then and there. She ain't got to wait no 10, 15, 20 minutes for Uber to show up. Not my baby. No, no. You a man. You take the risk, not her.
But you know, and I do agree with that. I agree. I can agree with that as well. But I'm also in agreement too. I said for safety reasons, also, get your Uber, if that's an option. If he's sending you a car, sending a car for you, and saying I'm sending a car for you, then I take that option because
No,
to me, when you get
I'm
to know
telling my
someone,
daughter,
it's
don't
very
take
awkward.
nothing.
It's
Don't
awkward to
take
me to be
nothing.
in a car with somebody for a first date that you really don't know. I remember watching the episode of Judge Judy. I'm a digress a little bit, and this
Just
girl was
Judy.
yeah, Judge Judy. She was no
How
Judy.
old is Just Judy?
You
89
know,
years old? Good
Judy
goodness.
got to be
You still watch Judge Judy?
well, I watched this particular episode, and the episode was a young lady was suing this guy because they had gone on a date. They had met on a dating app, and he was in the car asking her questions. But what she didn't know was that he had her had her on like his on one of his pages or something, and was asking her really silly questions. And at one point she got frustrated and she said, "Pull over and let me out." And then, but the whole time he was having this conversation, he had her on his live pages. And so then she said, then he posted it. And so people was asking her about this date that she was on because this douchebag, she felt like she was captured. She was stuck in his car, and while he was asking her and making her feel uncomfortable. But so had she been in the Uber, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to really do that to her. So she was in the suing him for defamation or something. Anyway, she wanted Judy gave her money for it because that was he did that was like humiliating to her, and he was talking about like her looks wasn't what he thought she was. So he was just really going in on her while he was live on one of his social media platforms.
That's not illegal.
But it's not illegal, but it's still that's disrespectful. It's rude. It's
But it's
hurtful.
not. But see, that's why I don't like Judge Judy because she let emotions rule her court, not law. She like to yell at people and say, "I'm talking," and I don't like Judge Judy. Don't deal with law. She deal with emotions, and that's
But I
why I can't
but
watch
I
her.
think
That's
right,
not legal.
that
A man,
but even that's
somebody. It
still
doesn't
saying
matter.
that. But I still think he was wrong because yes, it was his car, but you didn't give her you didn't get her permission to film her.
You don't have
You know,
to.
you didn't give her permission for that.
You don't have to. You don't have federal law states that one party can record without an announcement to the other party. That's federal because most police departments are recording whether you know it or not. If a cop car pulls up behind you, that car is recording. If a
Right,
cop is
right,
standing with you and they have a body cam on you, they're recording. They don't need
right.
your consent to record you. That's federal law. That goes for anybody. If I have a camera in my car and I'm recording as I'm driving, the other people around me that's on the highway don't have to be noticed that I'm recording them. That's not against the
But
law.
here's the thing. If I'm this young lady and I'm feeling like I'm being held held hostage pretty much. You're asking me uncomfortable questions, and I'm the passenger in your vehicle, and you got me on your platform, and you're trying to humiliate me in front of in front of all your social media people. Yes, she should have sued him. She should have sued him. I
No,
mean
this is
because
not
that's
against the law though.
that's humiliation.
but it's not against the law. I mean, you're
Yeah,
humiliated
but
because
humiliation can come with a price
you put
too.
yourself in that situation. I mean, no, it doesn't come at a price. I mean, listen, first of all, you know how many times I've been humiliated and I get paid for it? I missed a wide open layup in a championship game one time. I was humiliated. You think they paid me
Dr.
because
Fight,
folks laughed at me?
that's still not like being on a date and being like help, but being like captive
That
in the
don't
vehicle with
matter.
somebody that you have no control over. That's just
That
like
does not
yes,
matter. You
it
do have
matters.
control. You do have control. You have control who you go out with. You have control of starting and stopping a date at any given point. And if you do feel as though you're endangered in any way, there's a number that's called 911. Like, I mean,
But you know
you're
what the
in
thing
court
is.
suing this person and can tell about the events that happened. Like you were able to come and go as you please. And yes, no, you didn't like it, but that ain't grounds that to pay you anything.
But you
I
know
wouldn't
what?
pay that
But you
woman a
know,
dime, and I won't judge
she,
Judy to come get it.
she asked him. She asked him more than once to pull over and let her out. He kept on driving for an extended
But
period of
that's a
time until finally,
criminal case. That's a
until,
criminal case. That ain't a civil
until
suit.
finally she said that she's going to call the police if he didn't pull over and let her out. And then when as he was
Okay,
pulling over, he was laughing, and then he pulled over and let her out. So I
that's
mean
a
that was
criminal
sensible
suit.
beyond belief, huh?
That's a criminal suit. That is not a civil suit where there are punitive damages. Like that, I'm sorry. I disagree. I completely disagree. And it has nothing to do with Judge Judy. It has everything to do with the facts of the case.
Hmm.
It just goes to prove that Judge Judy always rules with emotion and not with law. That's not, if he broke a law by holding her hostage, then
Hmm.
her call is to 911, not a television show to try to get a civil a civil ruling in
Hmm.
her favor. I mean, in order to get anything from emotional distress or something, you have to prove that this has caused you some type of trauma and that there are damages that you can account for.
Well, I guess in Judy's court, like that day, Judy felt like she
Like,
proved her point, and she gave her some money for it.
did she have a doctor? Did she go see a
You know,
therapist or
I can't
something?
remember all. I can't remember
Did they
all of
have
them
like
on the.
a ruling or
She
something
had some
like
kind of
that?
documentation. I can't remember all of what she had, but she had something that proved that she had been that she was stressed out and things that happened to her because of social media and people posted on her page as well and stuff like that. I think the gist of what he did is that he had made fun because her nose was like was oversized or something, and he kept talking about it while he was live. You know, and so to make basically saying that she was not attractive and she didn't look like some of her pictures that she had shared with him, things of that nature.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. That's not defamation.
But maybe she felt like she had been defamed, then you know. But I mean, but he was
Well,
crazy
you
anyway
still
because
got to
I mean,
prove damages, though.
if you didn't think that, here's the thing: if you meet somebody for a first date and you're like, ooh, I'm not really attracted to a person. So I'm gonna ask you both. You're not attracted to this person. If you meet a person and you're like, ooh, I'm not really attracted to them. Would you still go out on the date? It was the first date, first meeting. Would you still go out on the date? Would you?
I would, especially if I asked you to come out with me. If I asked you to come out with me, I'm gonna still be a gentleman and show you a great time. I just will let you know that we're just better off being friends than we are taking this to an, oh, well, what did I do or say? Well, no, it's not nothing you did, nothing you said. This is beyond your control. I am just not attracted
Would
to
you
you.
go through it
You know,
today?
and you're a great person to share
You would go
company
through it
with.
today?
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of rude. Like, you meet the person and, like, you're just like, okay, I'm not going to go out with you. That's going to hurt worse than, like, okay, I'll still go through with the date. We'll talk, have a conversation. It's just stuff like that. I just don't feel like you just, like, I'm not going to go at you because you're not what I thought you were.
Well, you
Like,
know what? I know I can say I would too because I did that when I met your dad all them years ago. Because I first met him, I was like, That was I just said out loud, but I was like, this ain't my type of person. But I still went through with the date, and I ended up having a nice time anyway. And then we ended up getting married, and so okay, whatever. So I think you definitely should, even if that.
She said yes after 7 days. That must have been a hell of a first date. You hear me? She said yes after 7 days. Now, I'm not suggesting that he spent more than $350. I'm just saying that whatever happened on them dates, she was ready to do it for
Well, you
forever.
know what? The thing was that it was good conversation. Literally, that's what it was.
That must have been one
Good
hell of a
conversation.
conversation.
You would think that they
Yeah.
want a good conversation, but he can talk his ass up in
Yeah,
morning too.
y'all. That's a lot of vaginal talk. I mean, a lot of
I'm just
conversation.
saying. Well,
That's a
yeah.
lot of
Well, let me just
conversation.
clarify this for a minute. The first date actually went into the second date. So, well, I went into a weekend. Let's just be honest. It's went into a
Hmm.
weekend. Let's just put it like this. Went into a weekend. Hey,
Uh-huh.
you know,
I mean, you can tell us the
You
truth
know,
now,
I mean,
though. You know what I'm saying?
I went into
You
the
can tell the
weekend.
truth.
the more you tell the story, the more
You
details
test
you have.
drove the car before you drove it
What you
off the
say,
lot.
Dr. Fight?
You can tell us the truth now. You test drove the car before you drove it off the lot.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
That- 7 days, that's a lot of conversation. That's all I'm
Well, it was
saying.
good. Yeah, it was a good conversation, and that way I got what. Then I was
It
able to
was
look past the
good
fact that I wasn't
conversation.
didn't have that first physical initial attraction. I got a chance to get past that, which was good. So sometimes even if you're not feeling that
Mhm.
person on that first date, it might be wise to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go through with this date and see actually where it goes because you never know. You never know because
No, I'm sorry. I don't care how good your conversation is. I can't be married to no mud duck. That ain't gonna happen to me.
like I said, for me,
Can't do it.
it was good conversation. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I'm telling you, I was.
I mean, we can be friends. We can hang out every now and again, but we can't be lovers. That ain't what's gonna happen, sweetheart. Because at the end of the day, yes, I like good conversation. I'm an intelligent individual.
Uh-huh,
I like to carry on a wide
uh-huh.
variety of conversations. But what ain't gonna happen is I gotta look at you too at the same time.
Well, it ain't like he was hard to look at. The main thing that was not for me an attraction for me was that I like a real tall guy, and Brandon Dale was not a real tall guy. He was not a tall person.
Okay, all right. So that's different though. That's different. See, like, I feel like now, granted, I know what I'm about to say is probably gonna
Oh,
be a double standard, but and I'm not big on double standards. I really am not. But the reason why I say that is because women can do things to enhance their beauty that men
that's
can.
probably true.
And I feel like if you done all of this to enhance you and you look like this, it ain't gonna work. Because without all of the enhancements, I know if I am not attracted to you with enhancements, then you know I'm not gonna be attracted to you without the enhancements. Like if this is to make you more pretty and you still
Ooh,
ugly to me, like this can't work.
ooh.
And that's why I say that may not work on the other side of it, only because men don't have as many things out here on the market to help them fix some areas of deficiencies. You know, if women, if you don't have, if you got thin eyelashes, you put them on and you picking them up. Men ain't putting on no eyelashes.
If they do, they don't want you anyway. They ain't looking for a woman.
You know, for a woman, if you got a little belly out, you know what I'm saying? You put a girdle, some Spanx, you know what I'm saying? They got all kind of stuff down at the store. You can tuck that in. And and as long as you can hold your breath for a couple of hours, I mean, you got a little different. I mean, you may be lightheaded by the end of the day, but hey, you know what I'm saying? You can fix some of these deficiencies. Women do all that. You don't see women, letting it all hang out on the first date and no makeup and got long hair. If you got short hair, you can't grow it yourself. You
No,
know what
you
I'm
didn't.
saying?
No,
You
you
got
didn't.
wigs and weaves and
He
all
said you
kinds of
can't
stuff.
go with your soul.
Got the receipt for it, it's yours. You hear what I'm saying? Like I ain't knocking. You put all of that on and you show up, ta-da, and he like, oh man, she bad. Okay. Now I know that when you start, you know, letting stuff all hang out, it's gonna look a little
But
different.
I think,
Well, like, wait a minute now, what happened to that slim and trim? Oh, I took that girdle off. I couldn't
but
breathe.
by
Jesus,
but by the
Lord have
time you
mercy.
take the girl off, the guy is like, well, damn, now I'm attracted to her. So now I got to deal with the extra weight around the waistline. So by that time, but see, I don't believe in doing all that. Now I am gonna put on my Spanx when I go out and I got somewhere to go. I'm gonna put them on this forget me. Cause I like to know that I'm cute and everything is all like it's supposed to be. I don't like my belly and stuff hanging all out. So therefore I am gonna put on my Spanx and all that, but I'm the one who put on eyelashes. I don't do all of this stuff. You know, I will put on some makeup. But basically when you see me, is what you get. Is what you get. I'm not adding all that stuff onto it. If anybody know me, I don't do the weave all down my back. Like she said in what's the movie?
Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, she said, well, hell, weave all down my back. I'm not doing all of that. So that ain't who I am. So most of the time you're gonna get me for what you see right here, with just a little bit or more, probably like even, makeup or whatever, but that's about it for me.
Well, if you're
Mm-mm.
sagging, your
Mm-mm.
breast is sagging, they got
Oh
push-up
Lord.
bras. Your booty ain't round enough or whatever, they got things, you can put on
Yeah.
and round it out. You look like you got a firm and all this stuff. They get y'all women, y'all got all kind of stuff.
But that's why
All kind of
they make
stuff.
girls
Matter of
they
fact,
make
the other
they,
woman is in the
they make
dresser
girls
right
for
now.
men now. They make spanks for certain spanks for men. You know,
Man, well, I don't know
Hey,
nothing
hey,
about
I'm
them.
just
I
saying
don't
they
know
do
hey,
nothing
though,
about
hey,
them.
hey,
don't
hey!
they?
I don't want a man that wear a girdle or something. We got
Brianna said, okay, now listen, I
like
draw the line at a
like
Jerry curl and Spanx. Like, I draw a line.
like we got to stop somewhere. We can't both be like in the room taking off the spanks and stuff. That
Yeah,
just ain't
that's
cool.
a yeah. I'll be like, yeah, really?
Ooh,
Re-
ooh.
Okay.
But how would you know he got on Spanx unless he started taking his clothes off in front of you?
Let me
Right.
tell you, I tell a lot of my business, but let me tell you this. Now, see, when first met the late husband, Brianna's dad, I didn't know the man had dentures. Because as a young man, you
Dentures.
wouldn't think that a young man would have dentures. And so, as we got closer to each other, you in the bathroom, you brush your teeth, whatever. And he took his teeth. I was like, I was like, what? He was like, I don't think he meant to do it when I was in there.
Oh, y'all, I don't know, y'all froze. Is it me or is it y'all? I don't know. I see my thing lighting up. Oh, I'm the only one in here now. Hey, everybody. Y'all still hear me out there in the radio land? Elle was talking about her late husband having dentures. Let me just talk about Bub. Bubba Dub asked in the video, he said, did something at the end of the night, at the end of that day. He said, said, no, they typically get an Uber and they go their way and I go mine. Well, Bubba Dub then takes it a whole nother step. He says, what? No, come here, come here. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that speaks to the quality and caliber of woman. What caliber of woman? First of all, if this is a first date, I don't know, and that's what's unclear in this whole thing. If this is the first date, I don't care how much money you spend. On the first date, you should get to know somebody. You shouldn't be trying to sleep with that somebody. However, the video don't give us the clarity on whether or not if this is a first date or multiple dates. So we like 4 or 5 dates in, and how many days are in between these dates or weeks or whatever. Because when you single and you older and you out there, you want to be able to you want to be. Oh, there go Elle and Brianna. They back now. How y'all doing? I was just carrying on conversation.
Yeah, we back now. Dr. Fite, did She missed my when before I went off. I said about the left
Yeah,
the
you was
hands
talking
and
about his
teeth.
dentures. Yeah, I heard all about
Yeah,
your
I said
ex-husband
yeah.
having
After we just
dentures.
getting
I
up.
heard that part.
Yeah, he had this, and I was like, yeah, that was kind of yeah. That was an introduction to me of something else that I didn't know about him. That was a little shocking for me. I was like, ooh, really? And you
Ain't
know how
nothing
sometimes
wrong with
you know how
dentures.
sometimes you huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with
What you say,
dentures.
Doctor?
I said, ain't
Ain't
nothing
nothing wrong with
wrong with
dentures.
dentures.
Yeah, but when you 30, yeah, that was the issue. He was a whopping 30.
Eh?
He was
What's your
30.
point?
I just it was unexpected. I didn't expect it. That's the
You
point.
know, if you can't afford implants, then dentures are the cheaper option.
He was in the military, so the military do what they do. Uh, so
Yeah,
all
ain't
I can
nothing
say is
wrong
that
with the little denture.
but they made him have a nice smile, all that stuff. So it was just a surprise of it all. You 30 and you have dentures like that, right? That's what was the shocking part about it. That's why I say what I said.
But let me
It's not
just
like
get to the main. Let me just get to the
huh?
main ordeal. Let me just get to the main ordeal with this video. This
Oh,
video, like I was saying, this video had Bubba Dub as Shannon Sharp. Does he plan on after that date that he outlined? Because the
mhm.
first problem I got is the fact that he don't put my baby girl in an Uber. I got a problem with that. Elle don't have a problem with that. I do. All right, that's fine. Water under the bridge. But Dub says, "Are you getting some? No?" He said, "Are you expecting something?" At the end of that day, Shannon says, "No, typically she get in her Uber and go away. I get in the valet and go back." And Dub's response is what rubbed L's all the wrong way. He said, "What? No, come here. Come here." And he said, Look, don't go out with me unless you got a babysitter. And if the babysitter call talking about your baby sick or something, let him die. But you about to get on this here. Come
And you know what? He just talking crap. Like, I mean, he just talking crap because if he out on the day with somebody who think is gorgeous, he's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna toe the line. I'm gonna be cool. But I just gotta have her. So
here.
men can talk a bunch of crap, but if it's a woman that you all really really want and she holding back, you all gonna be right there until she decides to let you
Yeah,
have some of the cookie. Plain and simple.
L,
Plain and simple.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I am not saying
I
you're
know
wrong,
I'm
but it's
not
not
wrong.
gonna stop. It's not gonna stop in his mind. He's gonna be like, I'm holding on long enough to see what that cookie tastes like. You hear what I'm saying? I'm holding on long. Listen, if that cookie sound like it tastes like overdue sourdough bread, I'm not, I don't care how bad he is. I got to let her go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's all I'm saying. You gonna be in there long enough to see if that cookie has been worth the wait. If it
Yes, she
ain't,
will be.
that's
Yep.
gonna be the last date.
Yep. That's you.
Now
You
you may
all.
not
You
want
all
to hear
will.
that, but you're right, L. He is gonna hold out. But
I
if
know.
he hold out, when you give him some, it better be commensurate of how long he had to wait. Because if you just give him a little piece and it ain't worth it, he gonna say arrivederci, bye bye, hasta luego,
Well, see, here's the
manana.
thing. Here's the thing. As women, we know if when you hold out real long, when we make the decision to let you to let you have a bite of the cookie, we know we got to bring it. That's a given. That is, as women, we already know that it's a given. It's a given.
Let me ask you this
That's all
question
I'm
here.
saying.
Let me ask you this question. I know you and I, L, have disagreed in the past about this whole dating process. You and I have not seen eye to eye about the process of dating. I believe you date in order to find out who you're gonna be exclusive with.
How many
Dating
dates?
doesn't necessarily dating does not necessarily mean we gonna be steady. I'm dating you and other people at the same time to figure out who I'm gonna be steady with.
And you know what I have said to you about that. I can't. I don't date multiple people.
I know
I'm not.
you. Like I said, we disagree on that.
Yes.
I get it. I ain't arguing that point. But what I'm saying is, if I'm dating
What happened? I mean, every time he pop out. Every time he ask him, he pops out. That's because Dr. Fite is on this round while he's doing the show. Normally he sits still, but this is one of them days. What do you think he was going to ask? What was the question?
I don't know. Why you don't date multiple people?
No, I think he was going to say, how many dates do we have to go out on
Before you become exclusive?
something like that, or before you decide to give it up. I think that's what it was. There he is. He back there. I think that's what it is. I think that's what the question was. And you know, and some people have said like up to 3 dates. See, that's a tricky question for moi. Because y'all know some of the stuff I've seen. But I will say this, at my age and stage again, it ain't gonna be like the first date. It ain't gonna be like the first date. Now if it was a really good first date and then we have a good second date, then you know it's a possibility of. But see, I think when you are of a certain age, I think, and you date men of a certain age, some men no matter how old they get, they're just dogs. But I think when men get a certain age, they're not pressure. They know not to pressure the woman until she's ready. Now, if you got an old man, he's just old fool. He's just old fool. Then you like, I ain't giving this fool nothing. Yeah, that's what it is. So, you know, if that's the question that's how was going at. Oh, okay. Yeah. But is he back in there?
He just went back out.
So if it's like it maybe like it's the second, third, but honestly, in this day and age, it'd probably be a good month. I think we would have to go out consistently for like a month, and then at that point, then I think you really know about week 3 if it's going to go go even further where you want to be intimate with that person. Because by the time by the month time I should have a nickname for you, all kinds of stuff. At that point, so I might be ready to but so I would say a good month. I'm gonna go with a good month. There y'all go. Dr. Fite trying to on the way. So that's my answer to Dr. Fite's question. If that's the question he was going to ask, like how many dates before you decide? I'm gonna say you have to go at least a month.
Yeah, I get the sports because I got.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's go. Let me get this video about Dr. Fite come back in.
Oh Lord.
I want y'all to, because we have IG on the show and we got to find a video that we really like. Turn it down.
Mm-hmm. Get down.
We have to find a video, and this video just struck me, and I was like, "Who the hell is that?" And then I just said, "Turn it down." Ooh, here we go.
Do you feel it in your soul? Yeah. When it's right.
Well, we know she can't laugh.
Oh God, where did you crazy?
Which is why I put in there WTF Tamar.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
Wait. Oh God, bro, you gotta play it again because it's hilarious.
No, it is not. It is sad.
It is. I said, is this Tamar?
Well, because she can't sing live, she can sing.
So she had to record it stuff.
Do you feel it in your soul? Yeah. When it's right.
Yeah. Oh.
When I first saw the video, I said, "Who is that?" And then when I kept looking at something come, I said, "Is that Tamar?" First of all, the whole look did not look like Tamar. And then the skinny went up there with the he was doing.
You know what? She Vince, the first husband.
Yeah.
The one she was after Vince.
The African that she was engaged to.
Right, the white boy.
Yeah.
Y'all just drove the girl crazy.
She tried to commit suicide at one point too. Okay, I think I have to fight back here now.
I'm like,
I said, "Is that Tamar?" Because the thing is that we've heard her over the years. When she first started, she could sing.
that's computerized. She was high
Or something. But what the hell was that?
WTF?
Her Dr. Fite. Yeah, you here? Well, oh, did that, Dr. Fite, did you see our video? Dr. Fite, well, you got to watch this now. I want you to watch this again now. Tell me.
Okay.
I said, what? Briana said she put WTF. But I said, what the? Now watch the video.
Do you feel it in your soul? Yeah. You know when it's right. Your time.
When I saw the video, I said, what the hell? I said, first I said, is that Tamar Brown? I said, that can't be.
But where's she going with the specs? I didn't even get to that part.
Right, and the skinny went out there when he threw the elbows. I said, the whole stage presence was like crap. I was like, what is this?
You sent it to me. I'm like, what the?
I was gonna know if you was gonna shoot that Tamar. Yeah, yeah. Uh-uh.
Walked up to that D. She had the wing now. Like, what?
Yeah, and somebody put up there, they said, I want my money back. They said, refund. But I look at the, right. She did have on the workout outfit. And then the dude, the skinny dude had the arms out and he was just trying to
and he all beat.
Right, the whole look, and then what I gotta get to the video. One more time, I gotta show y'all Chunky Monkey. Go back to the video.
Oh, Jesus.
I want you. I'm not trying to pick on you. Look at that. Dr. Fite, what'd you say? Stop playing. No, I said look at Chunky behind him, the one, the chick in the peach or brown or whatever it was. Did you see Chunky up there? I don't know. And all of it was garbage. It was all of that was garbage.
I can't. Y'all gotta leave me alone.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't believe it was Tamara because at first it didn't even look like her.
It sure
It
did.
didn't look like her because I had to do a double take. I said, "What? But
you threw me with that one. I was like,
I was floored. I said, because you know when Tamar first came out, she could say, "Oh, I can sing. I can sing." Tamar Braxton cannot sing. But then when I heard her, I said, "Oh, Tamar got a voice. She can sing." But right here, I don't know what the hell happened.
See that right there. I'm gross to sue. Whoever made me to go out with that band, I'm suing.
Yeah.
I'm suing because
yeah.
I do not.
Who designed your outfit? I mean, what was it?
She
Can we play one more time for the people
No.
in the pictures? I mean, I can't.
No.
I was just floored.
No.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, y'all. Dr. Fite, what's your thoughts on the video? That was Dr. Fite gone.
He went out again.
Oh, he went out again. He'll be back here. Hey, y'all.
I'll get back already.
I know y'all think I'm crazy on TikTok, but I mean, yeah.
That was like every type of wrong in this video. Like what?
And the girl who took the video, she was crazy. Oh no, what is this? Oh no. Okay. This is what I do. What I do? I'm sorry.
You invited somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You gotta be careful where you click.
Oh, I was being hilarious. Okay. Dr. Fite, y'all ready for sports?
Let's go.
Hey. What is he eating though? Because he eating, that's the problem. Hey. How Dr. Fite? So what are you eating, Dr. Fite? What you eating?
Now your business.
I want to know. He got some what?
Cashews.
Oh God. Okay, we ain't know nothing in nothing.
Anyway, shout out. Shout out to the Yukon women. They won the national championship last night. Well, yesterday afternoon. They beat South Carolina, the Lady Gamecocks.
What the stuff? The Sttai chick she lost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, they got mollywopped.
Oh,
Like the final was 82 to 59. I was like, geez.
Ooh, out.
Bam.
Yeah.
Paige Becker. Right. So, well, anyway, Paige Beckers finishes out her college career as a national champion.
Okay.
She had her 5th year eligibility, which they all had because of COVID. So now she's going to move on to the WNBA.
Well, congratulations to the Yukon ladies, right?
Yukon Huskies.
Yukon Huskies. Congrats.
The head coach won his 12th NCAA title.
Good deal. Okay.
The Lake, and then that's that. You got the men's.
Really?
Yeah, she did.
Really? Now, okay, well, 75 for one of them.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
you got that happened yesterday afternoon. You got the men's championship is going on right now. It just started actually.
Who's playing in the men's?
Houston versus what? Florida.
I don't like either one of them. I don't care which one. I don't like either one of them.
Well, Duke would have been in the championship, but they choked. I don't know what happened to them.
Dr. Would you praying that they lose?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So what did they call it? What are they? The Duke Blue Devils or something?
Yeah, the Duke Blue Devils.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay.
And so you got that game going on. It's like only I think like 8-8 is tied right now. Over in the NBA, the Lakers just beat down Oklahoma City Thunder. 126-99 was the final.
That wasn't too bad.
126 to 99. Okay.
Too bad.
So, right.
Right, but that still wasn't that. I've seen bigger deficits. That wasn't too bad.
Okay, we're gonna leave you alone.
Okay.
Anyway, they lost. Luka led all scores with 30. The Lakers now sit in 3rd place with 4 games left.
Damn. The Lakers.
Yes.
Lord.
They got Luka.
I was gonna say that's because they got that late trade.
That's all.
That's what that right. Yeah, that's right.
But
right.
yeah, they are 3rd place right now. I think if the season end, they would play Golden State in the 1st round.
Wow, Lakers and Golden State.
Yep.
Man, well, you all know if it happens, you all know I will be pulling for GSW, cause you know.
We know.
I'm just not a fan of LeBron James. Okay,
so you got that going on. Baseball, of course, is back. The Cubs had their home opener this weekend. They took 2 of 3 from my Padres. So my Padres are 8-2. I think my Dodgers are 8-1. And the Cubs, I give them credit, they 7-4.
Well, you know, the Cubs always start off, okay. And as the season progresses, they go suckier and suckier.
No, that's the White Sox.
Well, the White Sox, you got to come up with. Okay, so, yeah. Okay,
It's not a lot going on. You got the draft.
I was just going to ask you, when the draft coming up?
NFL draft, I think April 24th to the 26th, I think. Dr. Fite, who you got going number 1 in the draft?
You got a football player?
Yeah.
You said Cam Ward?
Cam Ward from
my Cam and Cameron and what's a lot of Cams?
Hey, now the Browns and the Giants, I think, said they are not selecting a quarterback. Dr. Fite, how you feel about that? No. Mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So when does the NBA playoffs officially begin?
April 20th?
April 20th.
Yeah. Because they got 4 games left. So that should end about April 15th. And they have a week between the play-in and the actual playoff starting. So yeah, April 20th.
Okay. All right. All right. Anybody got anything else for today?
Nope. No, I'm kidding.
What is it? Uh-uh. Ooh. Uh-uh. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Uh-uh. Oh. Uh-uh. No, he didn't. No. Oh, no. Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
god.
Me, Brian says, and that's Dr. Fite, people. Oh, my God. I'm floored.
And on that night.
And on that note,
Good night.
Dr. Fight, drive safe home. Go get you something to eat. I have nothing literally to say after that except have a good night. Love y'all. As Dr. Fight say, peace and happiness, peace and hair grease, whatever. Oh my, you all have been fantastic on TikTok. You're on the social media. Good job, people. Good job. Make sure you join us back here next Monday this time. And tomorrow I think we should have guests tomorrow, I believe, on Unfiltered with Elle.
She say all the time, don't know.
I know because they never finish coming through. But anyway, they'll get back anyway. And you guys can be able to go to the website shortly and go ahead and purchase all the magazines we published thus far and the latest one as well. You guys gotta go to the website. Follow me on social media. You know the website to go to. Dr. Fite's advice is in there. Briana's is in there. Lots of stuff is in the magazine. We always what we do in our magazines that we give you a look back at all the things that's happened and some current stuff information as well. Bray Magazine. Peace out, you guys. Drive safe, Dr. Fite. Peace out, you guys. Woo! Okay, I'll get okay. How I go up front